Let's see, we got sound. Cool, good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get going here. And is the stream quality good, guys? Like the screener in the boot camp last night, we were talking about it, the possibility of us using Zoom in the future, and I was gonna do a poll today, probably later in the morning, maybe like 9:20 something. We'll do a poll whenever everybody's in here, and maybe next week, if people do want, we can switch to Zoom. I know the video quality is a lot better, the audio quality is a lot better. Not that we need better audio quality, but video quality might help. But let me know. Let me know. We can do another poll closer to the open when everybody else is in here too. That is only if it's not legible. Like if you can't read the scanner, then we can do what we gotta do. I know it's a little bit easier to keep everything contained here, but if we have to, then no biggie. You think we're good? Okay. Just making sure. I know Discord video quality isn't as good as Zoom, but hopefully it is good enough for us to stay here. I know it is, like you guys said in the chat. It's a lot easier to keep it all in one place. But I just wanted to ask. All right. So let's watch this today. VSEE. This is the one we played for a win in pre-market today. I played it myself from the low fives. The low fives up into the sevens this morning. So really, really nice play there. I had a little trade on it yesterday in the afternoon for a little win too. And I want to watch this again today. Honestly, if we can get this over the highs, this thing could make a pretty serious move today. It's got range all the way up into the 10s. So I really want to be watching this. This is VSEE. This had news yesterday afternoon. And again, I really just want to watch this over the highs. If we can get the break here of like 730s, 735, I am really interested in what this has for us today. So that's going to be VSEE. This looks really, really nice. You can see all that range there on the daily as well. It just looks perfect. I don't know that I'd play it anywhere lower. Let me double check. Let me double check. We've already got, let me see here. Let me see here. I know for a fact I do like it over 735. And with that regard, it's a pretty similar setup to what we played yesterday on LUMN, really is. So the break of 735 looks fantastic into the bell, looks perfect. I don't know that I would play it lower. If I did play it lower, it would have to be somewhere above, I would say $6. Anywhere over 6, you might be able to watch this. Anywhere below, I'd say this is backside. But we can look at it over 6, and we can see if we can't play it today. But that's the only way that I personally see myself playing this. It's either off of 6, off of some pullbacks at the bell for the move back to the 730s, or just take it over 730. So we can watch it one of two ways, really. So VSEE, watch it off of 6, or let me double check real quick to ensure that 6 is going to be inaccurate. Yeah, let's do 6. All right, so we're going to either watch it off of 6 or watch it over 735, which I much prefer the 735. But either way, we'll still take an eye or take a look here with our eyes here after the bell. So 6 or 735, you've got the range here to 10. That 10 is super, super clean as well, so that's nice. Definitely a really nice setup. Okay, so we've got the range to 10 on VSEE. We've got MKDW, which played for a very minimal win earlier in the morning. This thing looks like it was an IPO or an uplister. What was this here? A merger? It looks like a merger from... Yeah, this was a merger. Let's see what we have here. I definitely want to watch it. It's a really interesting setup here. I'd be watching this one for sure. Still holding up in the higher lows here. I'd be watching this if we can't find buyers over... Honestly, just watch it over 360. If we can find buyers out of the 360s, out of the bell, I'd be keeping a pretty close eye on this for the move back up into the 5s. You can also take a look at this if we do get that break back up into, I'd say the 460s, 450s over VWAP. Then you can watch it that way as well. So one of those setups as well, just like VSEE, where you can really watch it one of two ways. And so we've got VSEE, and then we've also got MKDW. Really, really similar setups in the sense that we have two real ways we can look to play these. And I really, really like MKDW today over 3.6. This is a picture-perfect setup. Looks fantastic. And, I mean, really, this could be a pretty nice one for us today. The float here, you're looking at about 1 million and... Not 1 million shares. Right under 2. So we can watch MKDW again over 3.6 for the range there to the 5s again. That's a pretty nice setup, I gotta say. It's a really, really nice look. It is a really, really nice look. So I'll definitely be watching this one today. And look for that little push back up into the VWAP area going into the bell today. It's a really, really nice look. Really, really nice look. So definitely keep your eyes on that. I'm actually going to take a little bit here. About a quarter size on MKDW at 380. Fill was 382. I'm going to be risking 358 on this. I want to see if we can't get a pushback to VWAP going into the bell. Again, that's on MKDW. MKDW entry with a quarter size here in pre-market. And again, that is at a 380 entry, risking 358 for a pushback to the 450s and 5s. Just really curious what this wants to do. Again, very, very small size here for me. I might look to add over maybe VWAP out of the open over 450 if we do get that break. But for right now, just very, very small size. Looking to risk no more than $100. If I can tack on maybe an extra 200 to the day before the open with a win on this, then I'll be happy with that. But aside from that, I'll just risk rather slim with super, super tight risk down here at 358. See if we can't get a quick little buck or two. And I'll play this going into the bell today. But top watch for me, aside from this, is really going to have to be VSEE today. I love VSEE. I love MKDW. Both of them look fantastic. And so really, really want to be keeping a close eye on both of these today. MKDW, a really nice look down here where it is at in previous demand. I'm just curious if we can get that move back to VWAP going into the open. But again, risking a very small amount here just to see if we can tack on a few dollars of profit before the bell. Make today even easier. We already have a win this morning on VSEE and a very small win earlier on MKDW. Again, my entry here is 382. And I've only got about 23 cents of risk with a minimal position size. Only quarter? Yeah, brother. In pre-market, I'm only doing a quarter. Do y'all still have sound, or did y'all lose sound? Are we good? Hopefully we're good. I see Brad saying he lost sound. Just double checking here real quick. It's good? Okay. But again, only a quarter size here. We'll look to add over 450 if we do get the break of VWAP here going into the open. Mr. E-Buyer, when it comes to news, brother, just trade the chart. Just trade the chart. I'm going to look elsewhere real quick while we're sitting in this. Again, make sure you do manage that trade, though. Don't take your eyes off of it if you can't manage. I've got it up on my other screen so I can manage it at the same time if need be. But I want to prepare for the open. So XCUR, we do want to watch today as well. Pretty strong going up into the open today. Watch it over after hours highs, over 90 cents. Over 90 cents, this looks to have quite a bit of range, and I mean quite a bit of range. So we want to watch XCUR today as well. Over 90 cents over the after hours highs. Watch it over 90. You've got range on XCUR over 90s to the 120s and 150s on XCUR. Not a bad look at all. Again, that is going to be over 90 for the range to 120 and 150. So far we've got 3 setups for watching. VSEE, MKDW, XCUR. They all look fantastic. Looks like it should be, hopefully, a pretty good Friday. As long as you don't do anything silly. And I think those are going to be our top gappers. Not much else. But again, market was weak in pre-market this morning, so not too many gappers out there. Not too many gappers. So top 3, MKDW, VSCE, and XCUR. Let me pull up the nightly watch list here and briefly go over that. We have a few more setups there. MKDW didn't fill. Make sure you're using these limits, guys. In pre-market, you got to use limits. And it actually pulled back below entry a few times there as well, which would have given some time to get a good fill. Make sure you've got extended hours checked as well. I will say, though, if you're not consistently profitable trading after the open yet, please do not add pre-market to your schedule yet. Please don't. It just doesn't make sense to. There's less probability of you succeeding in pre-market if you are not already profitable trading during the open. So keep that in mind. But real quick, nightly watch list, let's go through that. We've got SERV to watch today, which, as you know, is the one that we were playing quite a few times. What was it, last week? And we do want to watch that one today, although it is a bit weak here in pre-market. I'd have to reclaim first. But I do want to watch that over 16 bucks for that range back up into the 1750 at 1950. I also want to watch RDHL, which we watched yesterday. We tried to play it, but also gapped down this morning in pre-market too. So I don't know if we'll even get to play that either. Taking a look at it here, 65 cents it needs to hold, and it's actually already breached below, so leaving that off. And we already have VSCE on the list. So really, all we have to watch today, just 4 tickers. Just 4 tickers, which puts it at the smallest watch list of the week. All that I see that I like today is, yeah, VSCE, MKDW, XCUR, and SCRV. And that's it. That is all that I see right now that I like. But like I said earlier, it is Friday, and Fridays tend to be slower days, tend to be shorter days. It's a day where you come in, make a few good trades, and wrap it up for the week stress-free. That's what I'm going to be looking to do today, hopefully. I do like these setups a lot, though, so hopefully they pan out and give us some follow-through. A little more manageable, yeah. If you're not able to do the 8 so well, then yeah, it's a little bit more manageable. The only issue with only having 4, though, is if they don't meet entry criteria, there's a higher chance that we're going to have nothing to trade. So just keep that in mind, too. The more setups you've got to watch for entry criteria, the better chance there is that you'll have something actually that meets criteria. Does that make more sense? So yes, it is more manageable in a sense because you're watching less, but at the same time, if they don't meet criteria, then you're just sitting here with your hands behind your back, really. VSCE finding some buyers into the open there. Let me get all my charts pulled up right now. Only 4, though, so make sure you do spend the next couple minutes getting these pulled up. It shouldn't take you long at all because there's only a handful of things to pull up here. But make sure you take a few minutes to do so. It's definitely crucial to do that going into the bell. Make sure you've got it done before open. Otherwise, you're going to be lagging behind everybody else here this morning. And you're probably going to miss everything. So please make sure you do take a couple minutes just to mark everything up. And I am ready for the open. Most likely, we really only have 3 that I like for today. SCRV looks okay, but it has to reclaim 16 first. VSCE looks fantastic. MKDW looks fantastic. And then, of course, XCUR looks crazy over 90 cents. So we got a lot. We got a lot of really good setups. 3 top, really A+ setups. Top watch going into the bell is going to be MKDW for a possible curl here. And then, of course, we're going to flip over to VSCE after open, most likely. Can you put a stop loss? Not in pre-market. That's why I'm saying, guys, if you're not profitable consistently trading after the open, I wouldn't be trading pre-market. Or after the open, I would just wait. I would wait because we're still, 10 minutes out of the open. But you can put one in place after the bell, yeah. And yes, I will carry it into the open if it is not hitting stops by then. That is why I'm only in with a small amount of shares. I'm only in with 500 shares. I'm only risking about a quarter of my usual risk, maybe a little bit more, about a third. That's why I always see people say, "Oh, I'm taking half size in pre-market," or "I'm taking full size in pre-market." It just makes no sense because there's so much slippage involved, so much more risk involved, the lack of probability. I mean, it's a mess. So pre-market and after hours should never really have a chance to make or break your day, and that's why you've got to size down a lot. You really have to size down a lot because of the slippage that can happen here in pre-market. You're never going to get a good fill. Of course, things are much more volatile in pre-market and after hours as well, which also increases your risk. So you've got to make sure you're sizing properly. Pre-market should always be sized down, regardless of how good the setup looks. We've got about 9 minutes until the open. And as a quick reminder, real quick, for anybody that is new from yesterday, if you ever get a DM or a friend request, please block and report the account. It is not me, so don't fall for any scams. And apart from that, make sure if you are new, you've already gone through all of the Start Here channels. The Start Here category kind of goes through the broker setup, read before starting, classrooms, and all that stuff as well. Go through that first before trading with us. Otherwise, you will be lost. I don't want you to lose money due to a lack of knowledge. So make sure you go through that stuff first. And then, of course, don't chase. Don't force. Just trade what you can personally manage and understand. About 7.5 minutes to go. All right, you guys on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and shut down those streams now to get ready for the bell. We've got about 7 minutes until open. We've already gone through 4 of my top watches for the open today with my full plans. We've got an open trade right now on MKDW as well. So looking forward to today. Hopefully another green day today after an all-green week. And I will see you guys later. Make sure to claim your 7-day free trial. And I will catch y'all Sunday. Peace, guys.